now been joined in the studio by many and varied members of the Methley Royals Rugby League team. Phil Hodgson on my immediate left, and then we've got Reece, Willshaw. If you just come right up to those microphones for me, boys, and then just to my right as well, we've got the Vice-Captain Leeds Starbuck, it says here, and Assistant Coach Garman. Good evening, gents.
Good evening.
Excellent. Now, obviously, Methley Royals, you've been a fairly successful club in recent years. I'll probably start with you, Phil, because I bet you've been there from the beginning, following these boys all the way through, haven't you? It started off in Yorkshire League Division 4, is that right?
Yeah, we did. We started in 2007. I've not actually been from the very start. The club was founded by Tony Hanforth, Tiger Hanforth, who you may know who was assistant coach to David Topless at Wakefield Trinity. And he started us up from a bunch of very enthusiastic local players. I came in fairly quickly on the administration. But yeah, we started in the Yorkshire League Division 4, I think it was, with the three guys alongside me playing at the time.
So you were entirely the wrong person to go to then, because these three guys were here at the start and you weren't. You're an imposter. Yeah. You're an imposter. Reece, what made you set up the club then?
Well, I think it was just to get together in local pub, which at the time was the Royal Oak, and a couple of lads just having a beer mentioned about a rugby team, and it just kicked off from there, really. Obviously, me and Lee were a bit too young at the time to be in pub. We were only 16, so we got asked to go play, and we just joined in with them at training and went from there.
So you're outside the pub, Lee, having a quiet lemonade,
yeah.
And somebody says, we're going to form a rugby league club. Do you fancy it? I mean, there are plenty of rugby league clubs in and around the area, aren't there?
Yeah, so well, I played with Castleford Panthers at the time, and found out that they were going to start a team in my village, so I thought I'd give that a try.
So it's all about the fact that it was going to be your team in your village. Yeah. Absolutely. And were you straight into the first team? Was there just a first team?
Yeah, there was just one team, yeah. We started out and had a really successful season.
Yorkshire Division 4 young lads, it strikes me that it can be a little bit interesting games in Yorkshire Division 4. There's one or two veterans still playing their trade. So there'll be one or two tricks, aren't you? So, Carl, you were one of the veterans.
Yeah, I won at Elder Statements back then. Yeah, I played for previous Methley side, Methley Monarchs, which reigned in '90s for a few years. We had success then. Unfortunately, like I say, it only lasted 3 years, and then obviously Tiger were taking a team again, so I put my boots back on after 8 seasons off. Thought I'd help out for a bit and ended up doing another 7 seasons.
Well, that was back in, I think, the summer of 2007, if my research is correct. I think you might have said that already, Phil. Now, we'll talk about the on-the-field stuff in a moment, but presumably back in 2007, you were just playing on a field, were you? The facilities-wise, what was it like then, off the pitch?
We didn't even get a chance to play in Methley for a few seasons. We were playing over in Castleford. So training-wise, twice a week, we're on a little field called Billy's Field at top end of Methley, which had rabbit holes and potholes all over it. And then in winter we went to down Whitwood where Small Form Panthers play, and they accommodate us quite well. We got to use the changing rooms, and just that's where we were for 4 or 5 years.
There certainly isn't a shortage of rugby league pitches in the Castleford area, though, is there? So you're always going to find somewhere to play.
Yeah.
Plenty to choose from.
So now I read that you've just been renovating the changing facilities at your ground. This is your permanent ground now, presumably.
Yeah, on Savile Road, yeah.
Bit of help from the council to sort out the inside, and you boys have been finishing off the outside, is that right?
Yep.
So you've been using that. Did you use that as a bit of pre-season training at the start of the year?
The thing is, with the council, and I've got to pay a lot of homage to Keith Wakefield, the leader of the council, to our local councillors, James Lewis and Mary Harland, and to the police planning guy, which is Steve Grundy, because they've really worked out. They actually came to us, and said that they could renovate the changing rooms at Savile Park. And part of the deal, which is fair enough, was that we paint the outside. So the other Sunday, quite a few of us got down there with paint and brushes, and did it. Some are better painters than others, to be fair, as I said on Monday night.
I think you should name some names. Who are the best?
I'm the best, but no. Sorry, my wife might be listening to that. So. Yes. No, I think the best was actually Jaden, which is the son of our coach Paul Hanforth. And he came down, and he was tidier than any of us, and he's only 18 months. So
yeah.
He was probably helped by the fact that he was, I'm almost certain, would be sober from the very start to the very end of the painting process. Yeah. Is that a bit tricky? You've got a nice clubhouse there. Does it have a bar in it?
No, it's purely dressing rooms. We're actually based at the Methley Working Men's Club, which is called the Top Club. Yeah. And they really look after us, so we don't need a bar in the changing rooms, apart from perhaps maybe for the opposition sometimes.
But that obviously reflects the success that you've had on the pitch as well, because if you could have your own ground and your own changing facilities, the team has to move with it, or in fact it's possibly been the other way around, that the facilities have now caught up with the team.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, we're quite fortunate now as we're coming to this season. We've got a lot of youngsters that jumped on board. Yeah. I think how many did we field on Saturday?
There were a few on Saturday, but we've got 7 altogether, haven't we, Phil?
Yeah. Just 16-year-old lads, so like following footsteps of me and Lee coming through.
Just same as us when we first started. And Ginny's now gone into running coaching with Tony. We'll be Tigger, so we can do what Ginny did to us, like to bring them through.
The thing is that Lee and Reece started at 16 years of age, and Lee is now actually captain, which has happened since you were given the notes. This is overnight, essentially. Lee's been appointed captain now.
It's been a bloodless coup.
Not entirely bloodless, but anyway. yeah. Entirely bloodless.
Entirely bloodless.
Yeah, and that is excellent. You know, last Saturday was one of our best days because we played these young lads, and we reached the quarter-finals of the Yorkshire Cup with those lads playing for us.
I was going to ask about that. I was going to ask you, you must be proud to be the vice-captain. You must be enormously proud to be the captain of the side, that you were there from the very start.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. It's a big achievement. I mean, we've done well in cups before, but to do it with such a young side now, it's a real big achievement for us.
Now, it was a close game, judging by the scoreline anyway, that's all I've seen. 30-28, I think it was, wasn't it, against Linley Swifts from Huddersfield there. Through the quarter-finals, and now you play Reckitt's, and I recognise Reckitt's. I started off, as Phil knows, working in Pontefract many years ago, and they were a good side then. Humberside just have this habit of producing player after player after player. It's going to be, isn't it, Carl? It's going to be a huge test for you.
Yeah, it is, yeah. It'll be a big test, but I think we're confident that we can go there and get a win. We played them in a couple of sort of friendly games, haven't we, at Featherstone Rovers a few years ago, and we beat them a couple of times then, so yeah, I'm confident we'll go there and get a win.
Friendly games against teams from Humberside, are you sure?
I said friendly.
I'm not entirely sure they exist. Now, obviously the coach, Paul Hanford, isn't with us this evening, but somebody says he's got the British Amateur Rugby League Association, Barla, obviously, Coach of the Year for 2014. Yeah. Phil, you better tell us a little bit about that. I mean, I know your association with Barla goes back longer than, predates my time at Pontefract, I think.
Crikey, that's a long time.
Isn't that?
Tigger's done fantastic for us. He joined us 3 years ago. At that time, we'd just come second in the Yorkshire League's bottom division. And we were looking okay, you know, but he's actually transformed us, you know, and taken us through promotions. He's taken us to the quarter-final of the National Cup a couple of years ago. We beat Lee Miners Rangers away, which was a heck of a win. You know, and this season, winning, kind of progressing through the Yorkshire Cup, we won at Hunslet Club Park side with the holders in the first round. We beat Linley Swifts on Saturday, who won the thing in 2000. And now we've got a very tough tie at Reckitt's, as you say. We did play Reckitt's in our first season in the Yorkshire Cup away, and we carved out a win there, you know, but hopefully we can get another win, you know. But Tiger's like a third or a 14th player, really. You know, he comes on, he really gets behind the players, you know, and he rouses them when needed, controls them when needed. You know, his tactics are fantastic.
I imagine, given that he's going to win an award, and if you do well in this cup competition, that the presentation night on the 15th of November might get a bit messy. So I just want you to all say here on air now that you'll all behave yourselves that evening.
We'll try.
Now, you've sorted the facilities out, you've got your clubhouse, you've got your pitch. Junior development is obviously where a lot of it's at these days, isn't it? For every club in every sport, trying to get more and more kids playing rugby league. Now, that generally hasn't been a problem in the Castleford area, because the first thing they do is start chucking a rugby ball around, male or female, don't they? Because I know they've got a terrific women's set up there as well. So what's the future hold as far as kids are concerned at the club?
I mean, Methley's, you know, probably not steeped in history with rugby league, but there's a great structure there for junior development all the way from 6 years old up to under 18s. And we're just we've made ourselves available to let the under 18 kids know that we're here for them when their season comes to an end, and hopefully try and integrate them into our side. Because it's a fantastic club to play for. Me and Leeds had some brilliant opportunities playing for Methley. We both represented Yorkshire through the Royals. So we just encourage as many juniors as we possibly can to come through to Royals, train with us, see how they feel, and we'll help progress them even further if we can.
And the fact that you're now the captain, Lee, and you started off as one of the younger members of the team when it started, I mean, that gives everybody a little bit of hope when they join you.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, it just shows how far you can go in game, to be fair. Methley, Phil will do everything he can to get you as far as he can. That's right, really.
Get yourselves down to Methley now.
Get yourself down, yeah.
Have you completely hung the boots up now then, Carl?
Yeah.
Was it? No.
Until we call on him again.
Glint in the eye there. There's no,
I'm supposed to be assisted taking training, but I keep putting my boots on and just keep training. It's hard, yeah. I've played for a lot of years now and I love it. But
you get to mine and Phil's age and you'll think,
I've
just carry on playing.
I turned 40 in May, so I thought it was about time, and obviously I broke all try scoring records. I think I got four in 7 years, so I thought it's time to hang them up.
A record to be proud of. Now, Phil,
all good ones.
You are our Club of the Week, and thanks once again for coming in. If people want to find out more about Methley, go to the Methley Royals website, presumably, and all the information. That's where I got most of mine from.
Yeah, the Methley website, or call in at the top club for a pint. Fantastic stuff, and talk to us there. Or just contact me.
All the fixtures are on there. The table with you, top of the Pennine League First Division. I think the champions of that, aren't you now?
We were the champions of the Championship Division last season. Yeah.
Right.
So,
okay. But
it's going well.
Going well. Excellent. Well, that's the Methley Royals. My thanks to Phil Hodgson and Reece Willshaw and Lee Starbuck and Carl Garman for coming in this evening, and the best of success and best of luck against Ricketts.
Thank you.
Play them. You call them that, you're bound to win.
West Yorkshire Sport, BBC.